BitnappingTV.
Hello and welcome to another episode of BitnappingTV. My name is still Bastian and I'm still a bitnapper. Today I'm going to show you an application that does one thing and does it pretty good. It's Dropzone. You find it at apptonic.com, and what it does, it creates a Dropzone. Well, I'll show you what it does. After downloading it, you'll find it in your downloads folder, or, well, maybe somewhere else. And all you have to do, of course, is drag it to the applications folder. Now we have to start it. Let's see if Quicksilver finds it. It doesn't. Well, then we just use Spotlight. Dropzone, there it is. Okay, yeah, we want to open it, and you see a beautiful icon in your dock. So now you can add destinations, because if you're dragging something onto Dropzone, then you can do actions with it. So for example, we add an FTP server. So we could label it something else. It's FTP upload, that's okay. So now enter the server, podcastcontent.net, for example, PCC, for example. Don't try to brute force into that account. It will be deleted right after the show. So, and now let's set up the URL. You'll see why this is important in a minute. So you have to enter a URL that represents the location you entered up here in the remote path. So it's podcastcontent.net/. Now we test the connection, whether it works or not. And the connection was successful. This is nice. We click Add. Okay, we can add more later by clicking the Add button down there, but I will show you now what it does. I've got a, well, photo here on my desktop, and now I just drop it onto Dropzone, and you see, well, some kind of window-ish thing opens, and now you can just, well, drag it, for example, on FTP upload. It will upload the file and copy the link to the clipboard. If I now paste it into my browser or an email or something else, I can open the image. Isn't that amazing? But Dropzone can do more. If you go on the Apptonic website again and click on Extend, you'll find a few other extensions for Dropzone. Like, for example, TwitPic. You know TwitPic? This is the service you upload your photos to if you want them to be in your tweets, in your Twitter messages. Now I click on the twitpic.dropzone file, it opens, and now I click Add to Grid. And all I have to do now is entering my Twitter username and close the preferences. And once again, if I drag that image onto the Dropzone, I can drop it on TwitPic, and the same thing happens. It uploads the photo to TwitPic, and I get the TwitPic URL in my clipboard again. Isn't that amazing? Okay, and now for the last thing that is really amazing is, for example, bit.ly or es.gd. I just install it, and what those both services do is they shorten a URL you give them. And once again, we've got the es.gd. Open it again. I add it to the grid. Okay, we don't have it licensed yet, so it only 4 of the actions work. So we just remove a few, chuck, like that, and now we take, for example, the link right out of Safari, drag it onto Dropzone, drag it onto is.gd. It shortens the URL. Takes a moment, of course. And it's now in my clipboard. And again, you see the is.gd link, and if I go to that link, well, it redirects me to the Apptonic website again. If you know how to write Ruby, you can write extensions by yourself, and it's, well, rather easy if you know how to write Ruby. I think that's it for Dropzone today, and, well, as I mentioned TwitPic before, well, maybe sometimes you'll find a TwitPic of us both too, and of course on our Twitter account. It's twitter.com/bitnappingtv, and, well, head there if you want to stay up to date and be on the bleeding edge of the information. That's it for the day. Thanks for watching, and, well, see you soon. Goodbye.
Be a bitnapper. Email your tips to ransom@bitnapping.tv.